Hello, guys. Welcome to Just Vibey Vibes. Let's talk about being a strong person. This one has been a long time coming. I think that was the first topic I said I was going to talk about, but then for some reason we just kept on pushing it until today is the day. Okay, so the first things first is it is okay to be weak. Just repeat after me if you're a strong person. It is okay to be weak. Because strong people actually, one thing that they do is actually fake being strong. Because sometimes they are weak, like things are not going the way they want it to be. Maybe they're weak, let's say health wise and all that, but then they have to push through. So they have mastered this art of faking strong strength or kind of conjuring strength when they have none, that it is so difficult for them to actually show weakness when they are actually weak. So my advice number one is you fake it till you make it. Instead of faking the strength when you're weak, how about fake the showing of weakness? Because now the weakness is not lies, right? At this particular moment now, you're actually weak. Maybe you're sick, and or maybe you're having a headache, something is going on financially, things are going down and you do need help and things like that. But now because you're a strong person, you're still pushing. Instead of you to maybe just tell people that, hey, things are not going okay, just break down and just say the truth, like just show your weakness. Because you're used to being strong, you would not want to show that side. So now the way to be able to do this is to fake it. So when you're actually weak, let's say you're not feeling well, and you have other people in the house, because if you're not feeling well, you're alone, then you have no choice, so you have to get up and get things going. Or let's say you're a mother and maybe the father has gone to work, or maybe he traveled and you're on your own, or you're a single mother, or you're a single father, or whatever the case is, but you know that there's no other person that is going to help, there's no family member or anybody, or the children are not of age for them to even be able to do it themselves, then I would say you have no choice. You have to put on your big girl panties or your big boy panties and get it done. But if the situation is where there are people that can help you, then I would say lie down. The normal time that you wake up, just maybe wake the person next to you like, please can you help me, like I'm not feeling well. They'll be so, if it's your children, you will see them going to get you orange juice. Oh mom, you're not feeling well, what medication would you want to take? They will start doing those things that you do for them, and that way it's quite good to be pampered for once. That way they will get you oranges, they will start doing everything that you do for them when and they are sick, because now they know that mom is not feeling well, so let's get things done. Or if it is your partner, husband, wife, whichever that is not feeling well, because I'm talking about mommy more. But whether it's husband, wife, whichever the situation is, friend, family, anything. When you're not feeling well, if you can just, or whatever the situation is, if you can just let people know that I am weak at this moment, then you will see how people can actually come to your aid. Then now we're going to move. The next stage we're going to talk about is do not be a motivational speaker when you are the one going through something. Like normal, a strong person mostly that the motivational speaker to the people around them, that they want to tell them, oh, get up, or maybe their lifestyle alone self is even motivation for other people, right? So I'm going to use two examples now to talk about this do not be the motivational speaker. One, I'll talk about going through a bad breakup. Let's say now you've gone through like a heartbreak, and your friends, your sisters, your brothers, your family, whoever is calling you, let's just say a friend is calling you, and the friend is asking like, oh, how are you, or how, just, if you're hurting, say I am hurting. Oh, what he did was really, really bad. If you cannot cry, don't cry, but if you can cry, cry. Whatever way you feel, just open up your emotion and just be honest. I know it is hard, because your instincts, or your instinct, or let's say your reflex, because that is who you have become to be strong, to be like, oh no, like to be like, oh I'm okay, don't mind, he is his loss, we move, like things, don't worry, I'll get over him, he's his loss. It's, like, no, they should be the one telling you that it is his loss. They should be the one telling that, oh, don't worry, you'll be okay, you're stronger than this. Don't be like, oh, don't be the one saying, oh, I'm stronger than this, I'm better than this, oh, blah, blah. And then when they're done talking to you now, you're the one crying. And then now they might not mention it for a while because they don't want a situation whereby they are the ones reminding you of it. And then now you feel like they don't care. Now you feel like, oh, nobody cares. Look at me when I went through this. Nobody did not even call me the way I would call them. No, because when you called them, they were crying, or they were telling you the truth. They were showing you how hot they were, or how things actually really are. But now when they called you, you are a motivational speaker. So they think that, she's over it too. Let's not tell her about it so that she does not feel like, or let's not tell him, let's not remind him. So this one he has forgotten it. Let's just, this relationship was a serious one. So let's not, make it, So now nobody is really calling you to check in on you to see if you're okay about it, because they don't even want this. The elephant in the room, they don't want to talk about it. They're just happy that you have it, like you've forgotten about it, or you've find a way to find your strength to get over it, not knowing that you're there now depressed, feeling like nobody cares about you. So now let's move to another example now, the financial example. Let's say now you're a strong person in that, like, you're a hustler and your friends know that you're a hustler. I know that people know that you get things done, you work hard for everything that you have, and things like that. So now something happened, maybe a big contract or money that you expected at a particular time did not come at the time your house rent is due now. And your friend called you, or you called your friend, you're talking, and you're like, oh guy, or oh girl, my dear, my rent is due. I don't, like, the way things are going, I don't know. And then your friend's like, oh, what are you going to do about it? Now, don't go telling your friend that, oh, I'm going to call this, see if I can do the job, or see if I can do that job, to make ends meet. No, say, I don't know what to do. Even if you're thinking about how you can do the job, do that job, it might not work out. So if you're like, I don't know what I'll do. Now your friend might not have money now, because mostly if your friend has money, they'll be like, oh, guy, I will help you with this. Or if this does not work out, tell me, I will help you, then you can pay me back later. But now maybe your friend does not have, but maybe your friend has someone that they know they can loan, they can ask, like, please help me, so because they trust you, you're hardworking, you're going to give the money back, and you're someone that they know would. But now they will not want to bring up that idea because it's like loan, and maybe they feel like, oh, you might not even feel comfortable with that idea. But now if you tell them, oh, I don't know what to do, let them bring the idea to you. Let them be the one motivating you. Let them be the one, So when you're talking to someone, you have to work on this. It is important. When you're talking to someone, let them, like, don't be strong when you're actually going through it. Just open up. Say the truth. And even if you have other things, like, you can motivate yourself when nobody's there. You can work on those extra means of getting the money when you're not talking to them. But when you're talking to them, let them come up with ideas. Your friend can be like, okay, I will talk to this person, we'll get the money. Then that way, when you have the money back, you can pay. So now this way you can still go and do whatever you wanted to do, and you can be like to your friend, okay, maybe your friend just got the money for you, can be like, oh, I don't need actually this one, I was able to get this, so give me this one. Then before you know, then things will work out smoother. Not a situation whereby you're like, oh, I will do this, I will do that, I will do that, and then your friend is calling you and he's like, oh, guy, have you been able this that has it worked out? Oh, girl, has this that worked out? Now you're like, oh, look at my friend, they're not even thinking, oh, they're not even saying, oh, maybe we can help you with this, or they're just asking me, is this worked out, is this worked out? Now you're sad that your friends are not there for you, but because they don't know how to be there for you, because you've not actually told them the truth, you've not told them, like, you've not given them the opportunity to be there for you. Now, this would lead me to the third point, or would I say the fourth point? Apart from it's okay to be weak, and then it's okay to be weak, and don't be a motivational speaker. Then now, okay, fake it till you make it, don't be a motivational speaker. That leads me to the fourth point, because everything is kind of interlinked. The fourth point is that don't lose a good friend. Because one thing with strong people is this, right? You've gone through this heartbreak. Now you feel like nobody checked in on you, or you've gone through this financial struggle. Now you feel like they didn't check in on you the way you would have checked in on them. Now you've forgotten that when they were going through it, they told you exactly how it was. Now you didn't tell them exactly how it was. You've not opened up to them. So now they were not able to be there for you the way you would have loved them, or the way they would have been if they had known. Now you feel like they're bad friends. Now you're like, my friends, I'm always there for them, they're not there for me. So now you start reducing communication with them, or you kind of cut them off out of anger. Now you've lost a good friend. Why? Because you expect your friends to be psychic. They are not psychic. Your friends are not psychic. They don't know. You have to tell them. There's a thing they say, you have to teach people how to treat you. So you don't be in a household where you feel like, oh, these people, I feel so unappreciated. Oh, people are not, no, even when I'm sick, nobody, they will just still be asking me to do this, do that, do that. Yeah, because when you're sick, you're like, oh, my stomach is paining me, oh, but then you are the one getting up to do this, do that, do that. So they don't know that the stomach is really pain. They know that it pained you, but they think maybe the pain has gone, it's not the way it was. And also sometimes people are just comfortable with asking you because you always do. So you have to learn how to not do when it is not, when you're not strong enough to do. If you're weak, just be weak. So every story, right? I always talk something personal, like something that happened with me. And this one, I think I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I'm kind of going to go a bit deep. Like when I think of a strong person, the person I think about is my mother. I grew up never really seeing my mom sick. Like, I know she has been sick. There was a time they even ran a test that she had this form of malaria that was so serious that she could die. But during that period of that very serious malaria, my mom didn't act sick. She took all her medication, obviously, eat and all that. But she was not like lying down, or she was still like my mom, like no lying down or anything. So we grew up never really, I don't know if my sister has a different story than I do, but we grew up never really seeing her sick or weak or showing any form of weakness. And this is normal for mothers because somehow, as when they have children, they automatically, start being this strong person for their children and all of that. But it's not really that much of a good thing. So I remember in 2007 when my mom was sick. And all I remember was she was really sick and she lost weight. She was peeing and then she lost weight. But even in that serious sickness, I didn't know that she was really, really that sick. I knew she was sick, obviously. You can see her, she's lost weight, but she never really showed it. So I remember on the Monday, Monday the 2nd, I was supposed to go back to school. And I was there, I said, Mommy, you're not feeling well. Or should I don't even think I should go back to school. But Daddy has given me money because I used to go to school and then I used to go to uni because I was not in uni yet. I was in this program that, what do you call this program? Basic. In Uniport it's called basic. Like you do basic for you to get into uni. So that was the program I was doing. So I was like, Mommy, I don't know. I'm not, you don't, should I go? But Daddy has given me some money to go and he's going to, how he is. He's going to feel some kind of way that I didn't go. But I don't think I should go. My instinct was telling me not to. But then the woman I was talking to, instead of to be like, can you stay with me or something, she not even say nothing. She just looked and turned her eyes. And so then I went. And that Monday, I remember I was just talking about my mom. So many signs and all that. Then on Monday, Tuesday morning, like early hours of Tuesday by 2 a.m., I had a call from my sister just telling me that you need to come to the house first thing in the morning. And my sister also being a strong person. That's another person that this whole story is even dedicated to. She was trying not to cry, but then in the background I can hear my auntie crying. And I was like, what happened? And my mom was gone. Like a sickness that we didn't even know was sick. Like I didn't even know how serious it was, but that was it. And I remember going to toilet over and over and over again throughout until waiting for 5 o'clock for buses to start running for me to go back home. And then I went back home. Anyway, the point of this is not for it to be like a sad story. It is for you to know that maybe if we had known that it was as serious as it was, we would have taken her to the hospital. Things would have been done. Maybe she would have been here. Maybe she wouldn't have been. But imagine living your whole life being this strong pillar, never showing any form of weakness, and then you just go like that. Nobody ever, like, it's like there was never a time for you to be pampered, for someone else to take care of you. I don't think that's a good life to live, and I don't think it is good to be like that. And I know that most women are this way, and there are some men that are this way too. So you have to look out for yourself. And in this life, it is okay, obviously, to be strong, but don't be strong when you're weak. If you're weak, say you're weak. If things are not going well, say things are not going well. They say a problem shared is half solved. Please, everybody, check on yourself. And you know, this says check on your strong friend. Please always check on your strong friend, because they might end up being the most depressed friend. Just so you know. I had to work on it. Like I had this whole strong this thing where I don't even cry in front of people. But now I have my tribe. I have people I can cry in front of. People that if I need to, you know what I mean? People that if I need to break down, I call them and I just break down. And they know me, and they know that if I break down, it means that it is serious, and they will listen. I don't motivate myself while I'm talking to them. I let them motivate me. In fact, that is when if I'm angry with God, ask my parents to tell you, like, if things have really gone bad and they're like, oh God, I'm not happy with God. God allowed this to happen. Like, I'm angry with Him, you know. I just let everything out and my true self out. And it is important. So I hope this helps. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Love you guys. Mwah.